Well, how you feeling in your recovery?
Good. I feel pretty strong, and I'm at a good place right now. Yeah, so it's been a great process getting to this point.
What's holding you? What do you think is holding you back from playing just yet?
Yeah, I think at this point it's more just cardio, just getting the conditioning ready to go, just so that when I do come back, I'm not subject to any injuries because I'm fatigued or tired. So it's just getting the cardio up. I had really good 2 days of finally being on court and practicing and running hard and being in live action. So the knee up to this point feels really good.
I know you're antsy to actually get on the floor for real. Just one, how frustrating has that been or challenging has that been to not be able to play in these first few games? And then in the limited stuff you've been able to do up to this point, like how have you tried to maximize that on-court time to try to limit some of that learning curve when you do get on the floor?
Yeah. I mean, it has been completely frustrating, just from, wanting to finally get started with these guys and, using these early games to kind of build and find chemistry and, just getting on the same page and getting out to a good start. But since I've been out, I've still been engaged, still, staying locked in with the guys, helping from the sideline, whether it's in game, it's practices, and then now being able to be a full participant in practice. Now it's just a next step in that phase. But, I've been engaged throughout this whole process. So I don't feel like I'm behind on anything. I've been, keeping up with play calling and where I should be and watching multiple spots. So when I am ready to go, I can hit the ground running.
Paul, we've seen you and Joel go through some two-man stuff after practices, like post entries, him passing on the doubles, things like that. I guess what have we maybe not seen you two have done since kind of in a group together away from the other guys, and how do you feel like this process has really brought you two any closer?
Yeah, I mean, just the process of us together. I mean, we've been, rehabbing and building up, kind of together in this process. So, as far as what you guys haven't seen, it's no difference. We're still working together. We're still going through plays together. And then, now just getting glimpses of what it could look like. As you guys saw us, going through passing in, him passing out, just getting a feel for what that looks like when we do get on the court together. But, we're not doing nothing different in terms of, just the whole process. I mean, we're pushing each other. We're trying to get better and trying to be available for this team. But, it's the time will come. We just, as, cliche and his words are, we just got to trust the process of, coming back and just being, prepared and ready to go when that time is.
Paul, when you've seen the team play, obviously it's been a struggle for them to score. Do you see how your presence or the presence of both of you could make this such a different product?
Absolutely. I think coming back for me and what I've watched so far is just, being a passer, a playmaker, and allowing guys to play off the catch a little bit more, where they're more comfortable playing, being able to be downhill. And I think just taking a lot of pressure off them mentally, with having another scorer, another person that the defense have to account for. And, just me practicing and being on the floor with a big fella, it's different with the presence he has and how much of a focal point he just is when he's on the floor that everybody has to account for. So we're both going to add a lot of, I think, spacing and a lot of ease, especially for Tyrese, who's, doing everything he can. But, from my point of view, he's working hard. He's working extremely hard. And, I think that's where I'll kind of take that pressure off.
You mentioned cardio. I mean, we've seen you run the bleachers, and we've obviously done more jogging, 5-on-5, things like that. I guess what are the next steps to continue to keep building that other than the things you're kind of just doing right now?
Yeah, it's just, playing again. I've, been clear this past week to finally start, doing contact stuff. So, just being in live practices now, getting up and down, getting that wind up. You can't really simulate that level of cardio other than playing. And so, just being thrown in the mix again has helped, kind of get my wind up, and then just doing sprints, trying to do the extra stuff, the running the bleachers, going off to the side of the court and, doing sprints up and down. That stuff is helping me get back. But that's it. That's the last, box I got to check. And, I'm getting there. I think, very soon that time will be.
Do you plan to go on the West Coast trip, especially considering it is going back to LA?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Well, you've been in the situation that Tyrese is in right now, right? Where you got to just carry the load with another star out, I guess. What's the toughest part of that beyond just you don't have as much, whether it's talent, spacing, whatever it might be? Like, what's the hardest part of navigating that?
I think for him, he's seeing every possible coverage, and he's trying to play make, he's trying to score, he's trying to, be the leader on the floor. It's just a lot of hats that you have to carry and you have to wear when you're the solo star on the floor. And he's getting a glimpse of that. I think he's growing and he's going to come out of this situation a lot better. But it's tough, especially at the point guard spot. And he's getting bigger defenders, so they're wearing him down, they're tiring him out. So that's I think the hardest part of it all is still being the leader and still being Tyrese Maxey and have to figure out, all right, how do I get this person shots? How do I get, this person an easy look? How do I score and be aggressive offensively? So I think that part is probably his toughest challenge thus far. But I think he's doing a great job. I think he's handling it well. It's just a grind part of the season for us right now.
Paul, do you see him he's an upbeat guy. Is he down at all?
No, not at all. No,
Really?
not at all. Tyrese is still smiling. He's still an upbeat guy. He's having fun. Winning is not easy. And we all know that. It's going to be tough. We're hitting a little rut into the season. But we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.